Hello, today I wanted to talk about cognitive load theory, which is a model that was designed to establish an explanation for how the working memory processes and retains information during instruction. Many people have observed or experienced intrinsic cognitive load at some point in time, and that's based off of what the person already knows in relation to what they're trying to learn or being challenged to learn. Okay. If you want to determine levels of intrinsic cognitive load, you must determine the element interactivity. If information is high in interactivity, there will be a higher working memory load required. Okay, I'm sure we can all think of examples of that. For me, when I was in the police academy, we were required to learn several criminal codes, and um, there are hundreds of criminal codes just for the state of Virginia alone. And the difficulty wasn't caused by a heavy intrinsic cognitive load for that, which means the task didn't overload working memory. I had the ability to learn each code as its own separate entity. There was very little interactivity of the learning elements, but it was a completely different story when you're dealing with something like search and seizure. You have multiple elements to take into consideration. Um, High element interactivity consists of elements that are heavily interacting and can't be learned in isolation. Um, with something like that, you have to take all variables into consideration. The slightest variable change could impact the entire course of action that would be considered appropriate to take, and failure to effectively evaluate, the changes in the variables could result in the violation of someone's rights. So there's a high level of element interactivity in that situation, and the intrinsic cognitive load is also high.